Hello, welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey if this is the first time we're meeting, and I've just been in the kitchen and I've decided I'm going to turn the camera on and film what I'm doing. So you will have missed one of the recipes that I'm making, but as the title suggests, I'm just going to bring you along as I make up a couple of recipes, and so you can sort of see how I come up with different recipes and things. At the moment I've got some new, it's quite hard to point and do it looking at a viewfinder in the camera. So I've got some sourdough crackers in the oven, and I've just used some different flavorings. The family really enjoy the crackers, and I woke up my sourdough that had been in the fridge for good 3 or 4 weeks. I woke her up yesterday, gave her a quick feed. I've made up these crackers, and yeah, husband came into the kitchen before and he's like, "Oh, what are you making?" I said, "Some more I didn't say sourdough because he says he doesn't like sourdough. I hope he doesn't watch this video." And he said, I says, "I'm making up some crackers," and he goes, "Oh, lovely." And I says, and I'm just making up a new recipe, and he goes, "Why change something that was already good?" I said, "Well, I can't keep sharing the same recipe, so I've got to come up with different ones." He goes, "Oh, fair enough." So anyway, I digress as normal. And I've just got home yesterday. I'm going to stay another night at home, and poor husband, he's been having to cook for the last the last little bit actually, but especially for the last couple of weeks. And sorry, I'm really tired, and I haven't been home to bring shopping, fresh fruit and veg and stuff. He's brought a couple of little bits and pieces as they've run out, and that, and apples, but they've been living on pretty much frozen veg, which is nothing wrong with that. So I desperately need to go to the shop and get some fresh fruit and veg. And so I got home last night and there was no potatoes, and I took out some sausages out of the freezer, and I luckily had jarred up preserved potatoes, so I drained those and turned them into roasted potatoes, and they were okay actually, not too bad. And I canned them a couple of years ago, so it's like, we're not a huge fan of them. I won't be, canning them again, because we are potato people. We go through a 10-kilo bag some weeks in a week, sometimes 2 weeks. So yeah, it's just not our favourite method. So I need to use up these cans of potatoes. So that was a good way to use them. Anyway, so I had no potatoes. So I was like, okay, all right. So anyway, we just made do with last night. Tonight, again, still haven't been to town. I made fresh pasta. This is now dried, and I will link the video up here, me making this fresh pasta, and it actually has been crumbled quite a bit, and I've just decided, I took out, look, I've got this, I don't even know, I haven't named it, so I'm pretty sure this is just bolognese mince. I can't see any beans in it. That, and I had a thing of tomato in the freezer, so I got rid of all of that, and we're just going to make a deconstructed lasagna bake, just to make it real quick and easy. I've whipped up a cheese sauce, and we're going to chuck in the lasagna noodles because they have been crushed. I'm not even going to pre-cook these. I'm just going to shove it, the bigger pieces, in with the mince. The mince and the cheese sauce will sort of soften it all down, and it will just have big chunks of lasagna noodles, and I reckon that'll be quite nice. Bung it all into a casserole dish, bung it in the oven. So we're going to do that. Just going to check the sourdough crackers. I'm just looking for it to dry out a bit more. So I'm just checking them every 5 minutes. What else are we going to do? And then I'm going to, this is a recipe that I've been wanting to make for a little bit, and I've just got a little bit of pastry left. There's 2 sheets in here, and I've got some chicken, and I've had this recipe in my head for a wee while now, and it's good that I've been able to make it home so that I can trial it. You know, I needed more pastry than that, but I will bring some more home with me the next time I come home. Yes, I could make it, but I literally don't have the time to make some puff pastry right now. And then I'm still working on the muesli bar recipe, so I might whip up a quick batch of that and just trial it one more time, and if I perfect it, then I can bring you the proper video. So this isn't a how-to video, I'm just showing you little bits and pieces of how I come up with making up recipes and stuff. So I thought, well, I might as well turn the camera on and show you what I'm up to. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is chuck all this mince into my pressure canner and get that cooking and have my red sauce all ready, and then we will assemble this deconstructed lasagna bake. I mean, I'm still working at, I think that was a burger patty. It's going to be a burger patty. I'm still working at trying to use up the freezer, stuff in the freezer. That's got a bit of newspaper on it because the bag broke. And then I've got that. Now I want to pressure cook this, so I need some fluid. Because it's an 8 litre, I need 2 cups. Because it's an 8 litre, I need 2 cups of fluid, so I'm going to bung that in, turn it on, and I'm not going to put anything else in it at the moment. So I'm just going to put that on for, most of it was thawed, so maybe 15 minutes. Pressure cook, custom, high, 15, start. Right, now I can move on to something else. I fed my sourdough yesterday, and then I used the discard to make the crackers, and then I've refed it this morning, just now actually, and I am going to take my sourdough back with me, and I'm going to make up my first loaf at her place because I'm due to go back there tomorrow, so that will be exciting. So I'll be bringing that video to you shortly. Now what should I do next? I think I will make the next muesli bar up because the oven's going and I'm going to be finished with that shortly. So let's get some muesli bars made up. First of all, I should put my apron on. I've been so used to cooking in my daughter's kitchen with no apron. I'll put Wendy's one on today. Hello Wendy. I've been missing in action. I've hardly spoken to you. I know, I've just been so busy and I'm sorry. But she put my logo on it. So this is what I do. So when I come up with a recipe or I think about a recipe, quite often I will just, I'm very much a person that does everything by sight, sound and taste. So I'll throw a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but as I'm throwing things in, since I've started filming things, I've learnt to write it down. So there's just some handwritten recipes. I put it on a refill pad and I start from there, and then as I change things I'll mark things out and I'll add things. So this is the second time I'm making the muesli bars. The first time it worked really nicely, but I just needed to change a couple of things. Not going to be able to make a full batch, unfortunately, because I don't have enough oats. That's okay. I'll make a half batch. Might be too small. I want thick. I definitely think I could have put it on half of this smaller sheet, but I do want a nice thick muesli bar, and I'm only making about half the amount, so somebody's been at the chocolate chip jar. Pretty sure I have some in the freezer. Although I do have white chocolate chips. I could use them instead. That's the problem with not knowing what has been used and what's run out of. If I'm not told, then I don't know. Right, I'm on the hunt for some chocolate chips. I managed to find one little wee packet. So I'm going to add that to the list. And I've got a shopping list on the fridge here, but it hasn't been added. Quite a few things that I'm missing out on. Well, not missing out, but need to get more of. Right. Seem to be out of corn flour, which is really strange because I can't imagine why anybody would need corn flour. Luckily, Gold, 6 $6 for this massive bag because it had a small hole. Ooh. Right, so that's another job done. Sourdough came out of the oven, and I'm just going to check the muesli bars. Okay, that's looking good. Just give them a little bit longer. That's done, just in time, just wiping the bench. Right, I'm going to turn my Thermomix on because I'm going to use that to blend up some chicken. Because I want to make some chicken mince. So I'll use my Thermomix to turn that chicken breast into chicken mince. I'm just going to trim up the chicken. Right, I'm not going to show you this full recipe because this is the first trial of conception in my head, and to, you know, first go, and I don't want to share it until I know it's perfect. So I'm going to put the lid on this and then blitz it up. That's perfect. Yep, everything's been thoroughly chopped. Now I'm going to pop it into a bowl. I've added more to the ingredients than you saw, but I don't want to give it away. Right, this safety valve's down. Now I'm just going to get rid of a little bit of this liquid. I don't want it too sticky. Because remember, we had to put in that 2 cups of water. So I'm going to take some of it out because I can always add it. So that's about 2 cups I've taken back out. And now I'm just going to mash all the contents. There's only 3 of us for dinner tonight, but husband always has 2 helpings because he doesn't eat during the day, so he has basically 2 dinners. So I'm just going to mash all the big chunks out, add this tomato sauce. I'm pretty sure it was, I think it's just been left over from one of the big number 10 cans. I'm just going to pop this in the fridge in the meantime. While I sort this, and then I'll get all the chunks out and put some tomato paste and some mixed herbs, and I have some onion and some garlic. Oops. Some garlic, just half a diced onion because that's what I had left over from doing the chicken. We're going to put it on saute now. Saute. Great way to use all this tomato up. And tomato paste. Some balsamic vinegar in. And a little bit of brown sugar. Okay, I'm just going to cook that down for a bit. I do still want the sauce to be saucy because it's going to cook the lasagna noodles at the same time. Right. There's the crackers, cheesy crackers. Give one a go. It's so good. I don't care what anybody says. They are so good. Wash my hands again. The muesli bars are just about ready. My secret recipe just needs to be worked on again, but I'm definitely not, I'm going to have another one, definitely not going to show you anymore because it will give it away. You'll just have to look forward to seeing it coming up in the next couple of videos once I've perfected it. But if you think you know what I might be making, leave a comment down below and let's see if somebody can get it right. I tell you what, if somebody can get it right, what I'm making with what I just did with the chicken, I will send you a wee surprise in the mail. But it'll have to be the first person that says it, not everybody, because a whole heap of you might get it. So the first person to get it correctly. I'm going to have another cracker because I haven't eaten today. And I'm going to get on with the next recipe. Muesli bar just came out, and I'm going to just sprinkle some chocolate chips over the top so that they stick to the top while it's still hot. They may melt, I'm not sure yet. We will soon find out, I guess. And then I just want to let them cool down. Right, onto the secret recipe. See you again soon. Right, I'm part the way through my recipe, my other recipe. This needs my attention. I put the rest of the 2 cups of that other liquid that I took out and put it back in there. And now what I've decided to do, and this is what I mean by creating as I go, is I think I want to put the lasagna sheets in now while it's still cooking and while it's still got so much liquid. And then I will transfer it into a casserole dish. So let's do that now. I've just turned that right down to the lowest setting. I'm just going to give it a good stir. And just grab some of these. Hopefully it works. And that's a big piece, so I'll just break that in half. Another big piece. And I'm just going to poke them into the sauce. I think these might have been a little on the too thin side when I made them. Let's try and get some of these smaller shards as well. I like the fact that it's going to have some bigger ones, some smaller ones. Obviously you could just use normal lasagna pasta, dried lasagna pasta. But if it's the dried stuff, you would have to cook that first. I want lots of pasta in there. That's already thickened up that pasta sauce. I think this is going to work really nicely. Just going to put a few more in there. I love lots of pasta. I think I might add some spinach, some frozen spinach to this as well, but I'm going to wait until, no, I'll do it now. Just got one of my bags of spinach. Get a little bit more. Oh yeah, this is going to be a winner, I reckon. Okay, right, I've decided what I'm also going to do is put in half of the cheese sauce. Instead of having layers, just have the cheese sauce sort of through the lasagna. And again, I've changed my mind and I'm going to put it all. I made it up ages ago now, so it's gone cold. Oh my gosh, that looks divine. Oh my, this looks and smells delicious. I'm just having a look to see if I want more pasta in there. Might put the rest of the bag in there. Might as well use one bag up. The pasta will still expand as well as it's cooking in the sauce. And the cheese sauce has just made it creamy. Oh, I haven't tested the sauce yet. I'm just going to try it, make sure that there's enough I just won't get any lasagna in it. To make sure that there's enough seasoning. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so delicious. Right. Definitely fine. Now I'm going to top with some cheese. Probably could have grated a little bit more. But I have loads of parmesan in the freezer as well, so we'll add that, and then I don't have to grate any more cheese. Now I'm just going to pop some baking paper on top and some tin foil. The baking paper goes on top so that it doesn't stick to the tin foil. That's the best method that I've figured out. And then I'm going to pop it into the oven closer to dinner time. What is it now? Oh, my watch has died. It is currently 5:30, so I'm going to pop this in the oven shortly and I will show you the finished product. Right, there's the muesli slice. I need a cutting board. Right, I've just tried taking it out. It's not holding together how I want it to. It didn't last time either. So I need to wait until it is fully cooled. Yeah, fully cooled, and hopefully it'll be more, what's the word I'm looking for? More together, you know. But I will probably have to trial this recipe again and do a little bit more research, but it's coming. It's coming and it's getting there. But I will let you know once it's cold how it goes. All right, so probably an hour has gone by. I've been doing some computer work. The secret recipe is done and I've tasted it, and the texture I'm pretty happy with, but I need to play around with the taste and the flavors a little bit more. One of the herbs I use just doesn't go with it, so I'm going to have a play around with it one more time and then look later on this week, I would say, for that recipe. But if you get it right in the comments below, I will send you a prize. Yeah, and the I've taken the top off the lasagna pasta bake, and it looks so good and it worked out so well. Yeah, so I will show you that what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. I probably won't talk. I might try a bit, but I probably won't talk because it's now, I've gone to my watch again and it's still dead. It must be around 6 p.m. now, and husband will be home very shortly, no doubt, and he will be wanting his dinner and put his feet up. So yeah, gonna have a quick clean up again. And yeah, once I have perfected all these recipes, I will no doubt send them to you, or I'll film them and then I will put them up on the website. Just remember, the website is in the description of every video, and do go and have a look once in a while, because I will be uploading new recipes in there on a weekly basis. Some of them will be you know, from videos that I've already done, and I will just you know, have it all on the website. So yeah, there's loads and loads that will be added to the website all the time, so do keep an eye on it. Yeah, so yeah, I'll show you it when it comes out of the oven. All right, I'll catch you again later. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's little sneak peek into how I create new recipes, and that's pretty much how I do it. I think of something, just pops into my head, or I see an inspirational type recipe and then I make it my own, or recipes are born out of not having the right ingredients but having plenty on hand, and how can I change it up. So yeah, that's just pretty much how I do it. Next year I am definitely going to hopefully start working on a cookbook. I've been wanting to do a cookbook for a long time, and so many of you asking if my recipes, if I've got a cookbook. So that's what I hope to do. I'm not sure if it's going to have to be a self-published book, or whether I can get a hold of a publisher and work with them to make a book, because I've got something. It's not just a traditional cookbook that is gonna, sit on the shelf after you sort of look through it once. I want it to be, like something that is used all the time and has got, cake splatters and dirty fingerprints on it, and that type of thing. So that's for next year. Yeah, so thank you for joining me, and as I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hope to see you on the next one. Alright, bye for now.